Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the prophetic word again today. We're going to talk about planting and harvesting, or sowing and reaping, another way of saying it. Planting or harvesting. Of course, planting and harvesting. Of course, whatever you put into ground, that is expected to come up. You put a seed of a particular fruit or vegetable into the ground, well, you're going to produce what fruit that is from that seed, right? You don't produce, if you put an apple seed in the ground, you don't produce onions or potatoes. You produce that apple seed. But there are three ways that God causes the planting and the harvesting to take place. The first one is that you plant waiting for the harvest, just like anybody else. If they have a garden, they're planting a seed, several seeds, and they wait for a period of time to receive the harvest from that labor of planting. The second aspect of planting and harvesting is that the beginning aspect. You have not yet planted, and you're about to. The Lord is about to produce or lead you to an opportunity to plant or sow into a particular person's life. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be money, but it can be encouragement, it can be help, it can be prayer, it can be all kinds of things. So God is opening the door and has probably, from some people listening to this video, opened the door to begin to do that, to sow into someone's life. So you're just beginning to do that. So there's the second aspect. So the first one is that you already have and you're waiting for the harvest. The second one is you're about to begin something, to sow or plant something new. And then there's the third aspect, that you do not plant, but you receive the harvest. You do not plant but you receive the harvest. Well, there's two reasons why you do. The first reason is someone has a talent. Matthew chapter 25 talks about this. And they didn't do anything with that talent, and so God gives away their talent to someone else, gives it to someone who knows how to be a good steward, who knows how to sow, who knows how to obey God with what they have. And so you receive the harvest from that seed, but you had nothing at first to do with that seed. But you receive it because they didn't do anything with that seed. The second reason why God does it, when you don't see you're not a part of the planting, but you are part of the harvest, is God just simply chooses you to come alongside someone else who's already planted, and you join into their harvest. You're not one who labored for it, but God joins you with someone else and says, I'm going to give you a part of this harvest. Even though you weren't at the beginning of this, I'm going to give you part of it. John chapter 4 talks about that. So Matthew 25 and John chapter 4 are your homework today. So the Lord is doing that. Understand that it explains a lot to many people listening to this video right now, that God recognizes that you have sown in particular areas, and you're waiting for the harvest, and He's realizing that. He's developing you as you wait. He's creating a better character as you wait. He's producing more patience in you and perseverance, and it will develop and be positive for you. It will come about in a positive way for you. The second person is learning how to sow and where to sow. And the third person is realizing God's grace and mercy upon their life, just like salvation. We didn't do anything to deserve it. We didn't do anything to receive it, but we received a harvest of sorts based on being saved. What Jesus did by sowing His life, by dying on the cross and rising again, we've reaped the harvest. It's why we see Him as being the first fruits, because He was the first one to rise again from the dead. So, and to forever live forever at the right hand of the Father. So that's what God is doing. And I believe that there are different people who are listening to this video are in different parts of those three. And to be encouraged that God, that's how God works. Don't be discouraged. Don't be disappointed. But if you're waiting and you've done your sowing and you're waiting, that's a good thing. If you're starting something new and you're not really sure exactly how that goes, that's a good thing. That's something that God does, and that's how God does it. And if you enter into another man's labor, and all of a sudden you're receiving something where you thought you should have been a part of the beginning of it to be worthy of that harvest, understand that God does it that way too. God bless you guys. Have a great day.